Alright, so it's Mama. We're gonna read the Bible and we're gonna go step through step, and I'm just gonna read this shit to you. Genesis 1:1-2:25. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was formless and empty, and the darkness covered the deep waters. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the surface of waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness night. And the evening passed, and the morning came, marking the first day. Then God said, "Let there be space between the waters, to separate the waters from the heavens, from the waters of the earth," and that is what happened. God made this space, the separate waters of the earth, the waters of the heavens. God called the space sky, and the evening passed, and the morning came, marking the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." And that is what happened. God called the dry ground land, and the water seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with vegetation, every sort of seed, bearing fruit, the trees that grow, seed-bearing fruit, the seeds that will then produce the kinds of plants and trees from which they came." And that is what happened. The land produced vegetation, all sorts of seed-bearing plants, the trees with seed-bearing fruit, the seeds produced plants and trees of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening passed, and the morning came, marking the third day. And God said, "Let the lights appear in the sky to separate the day from the night. Let them be signs to mark the seasons, days, years. Let the lights in the sky shine down on the earth." And that is what happened. God made two great lights, the larger one to govern the day and the smaller one to govern the night. He also made stars. God set these lights in the sky to light the earth, to govern the day and night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. The evening passed, and the morning came, marking the fourth day. And then God said, "Let the waters swarm with fish and other life. Let the skies be filled with birds of every kind." And so God created the sea, creatures, and living thing that scurries and swarms in the water, and every sort of bird, each producing offspring of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply. Let the fish fill the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." And evening passed, and the morning came, marking the fifth day. And then God said, "Let the earth produce every sort of animal, each producing offspring of the same kind, livestock, small animals that scurry along the ground, and wild animals." And that is what happened. God made all sorts of wild animals, livestock, and small animals, each to be able to produce offsprings of the same kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make human beings in our image to be like us. They will reign over the fish in the sea, the birds in the sky, the livestock, and all the wild animals of the earth, and the small animals that scurry along the ground." And God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish in the sea and the birds of the sky and the animals that scurry along the ground." And God said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant throughout the earth and all the fruit trees for your food. And I have given every green plant as food for all the wild animals, the birds in the sky, and the small animals that scurry along the ground, everything that has life." And that is what happened. Then God looked over all he had made and saw that it was very good. And the evening and the morning came, marking the sixth day. So the creation of the heavens and the earth and everything in them was completed. On the seventh day, God finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work. God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. This is the account of the creation of the heavens and earth. When the Lord made the earth and the heavens, neither wild plants nor grains were growing on the earth, for the Lord had not yet sent rain to water the earth, and there was no people to cultivate the soil. Instead, springs came up from the ground and watered all the land. Then the Lord God formed the man in the dust. He breathed, he breathed the breath of life into the man's nostrils, and the man became a living person. And then the Lord planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there placed the man he made. The Lord made all sorts of trees grow up from the ground, trees that were beautiful and produced delicious fruit. In the middle of the garden, he placed the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The river flowed from the land of Eden, watering the garden, and then dividing into 4 branches. The first branch he called Pison, followed around the entire land of Havalia, where gold is found. And gold of that land is especially pure. Aromatic resin and oxen stone are also found there. And the second branch, called the Gideon, flowed around the entire land of Cush. The third branch, called the Tigris, flowed east of the land of Ashur. The fourth branch is called Euphrates. The Lord God placed the man in the Garden of Eden to tend and watch over it. But the Lord God warned him, you may freely eat the fruit of every tree in the garden, except for the tree of knowledge of good and evil. If you eat this fruit, you are sure to die. And the Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him. So the Lord God formed from all the ground all the wild animals and all the birds of the sky, and he brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And the man chose a name for each one. He gave names to all the livestock, all the birds of the sky, and all the wild animals. Where am I at? Okay, thank you, baby. But still there was no helper just right for him. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. While the man slept, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the opening. And the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he brought her to the man. Alas, the man exclaimed, this is one bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. And she will be called woman because she was taken from man. This explains why man leaves father and mother and is joined to wife, and the two are unified into one. Now, the man and his wife were both naked, but they felt no shame. I thought I was his wife, but I mean, if he wants to marry somebody else, it's totally fine with me. Because I'm not lying about my testimony. So, like, did she or did she not? Okay, that's Jesus Christ telling you that then. I have sperm donors. And they're nice people, and they will maybe see their children if God, my husband, says it's okay. But, Miley, you did not fuck my husband. You didn't. You lying ass fucking bitch. And everybody will see your fucking shame.